All right, what's going on, everybody? Frankie here with your fourth stimulus check update related news. The Democrats have been floating for the last 24 hours here this possible $2.1 trillion price tag as opposed to $3.5 trillion price tag. That's almost cut in half. So let me know what you think about that. I'm going to take you to Representative Jayapal now. She's the lead of the Democratic Progressive Caucus, and she is also representative here of Washington State. So I'll take you directly to her right now.
I want to talk about negotiations. Some top Democrats and White House officials are floating a $2.1 trillion package, a lot smaller than what you are currently at, $3.5 trillion. Are you open to $2.1 trillion?
Well, what we've said from the beginning is it's never been about the price tag. It's about what we want to deliver. The price tag comes out of that. So we understand that the 3.5 we thought was negotiated already is clearly not negotiated. We understand we have to get 50 senators on board, and we have to keep everyone in the House on board. And so we are now going back to make sure what is the way that we can get all of the critical programs that we had identified, those things I talked to you about, childcare, paid leave, climate.
And I'm going to get to that in a second.
Yeah, how do we get all of those things in, but but perhaps for a shorter period of time, and be able to get then to the number from that. The critical thing is let's get our priorities in, and then we'll figure out what it actually costs.
And I understand that, but there is a lot of focus, and a lot of the negotiating is on that top line number. For example, is $2.1 trillion your absolute floor?
We're not thinking about the number. And the president said this to us too. He said, don't start with the number. Start with what you're for, and that's what he's asked them for. And then let's come to the number from there. So that's how we're thinking about it.
And that makes sense, but you have been looking at this for a long time. You have been looking at the policies and what it adds up to and how you can do it. I mean, this is what your focus has been almost solely.
Yeah.
So I'm sure have looked at whether or not you can do what you want to do for $2 trillion.
Well, we don't know what the number is yet. There's no number on the table yet that is everyone has agreed to. It's not like they've come to us and said, I don't feel the need to give a number because I gave my number. It was 3.5. So if you're in a negotiation, you need to have a counteroffer before you bid against yourself.
So if we're not looking at numbers, what about 1.5, like what Senator
Well, that's not going to happen. So it's going to be somewhere.
Why won't it add up to that
because
number?
That's too small to get our priorities in. So it's going to be somewhere, between 1.5 and 3.5. And I think the White House is working on that right now because remember, what we want to deliver is childcare, paid leave, climate change.
And I want to get to that, but so 1.5 is too small, but you won't say if 2 trillion is too small.
Because I don't have a definite number yet. I mean, I don't have a counteroffer. Okay. It would be like buying a house, Dana, and going in to make an offer, and then somebody says, well, what's the lowest number you would take? Why would I do that?